Every single year, millions of intelligent, hardworking students are forced to walk away from their education, not because they fail, not because they lack effort, but because they couldn't afford the price of learning. According to UNESCO in 2022, financial hardship remains one of the main reasons students around the world are unable to continue their studies. This is not a lack of ability. This is a failure of a system, and it is a failure that affects all of us. This issue matters deeply to every person in this room. We are students, future professionals, and future leaders. The society we will live and work in tomorrow depends on the education people receive today. I speak on this topic with confidence because I have seen the consequences firsthand. I have watched friends struggle to balance studies with financial stress, working long hours just to afford tuition and basic necessities. I have seen how this pressure affects their mental health, motivation, and academic performance. I have also researched how financial barriers damage not only individuals, but the future of a nation. Today, I stand here to argue that education is a fundamental human right, not a privilege for the wealthy, and it should be free and accessible to everyone, regardless of financial background. I will first explain how financial barriers block access to education. Then I will show how this problem deepens social inequality. Finally, I will demonstrate how free education benefits individuals, communities, and national development. Now that we understand why this issue is so important, let us examine the first major problem. The most immediate and damaging issue is that financial barriers prevent equal access to education. For many students from low-income families, the cost of education goes far beyond tuition fees. It includes textbooks, transportation, accommodation, internet access, and daily living expenses. These costs create constant pressure. Instead of focusing on learning, students are forced to worry about survival. The financial stress directly affects their academic performance. Students may be exhausted from working part-time jobs, miss classes, or be unable to afford essential learning materials. UNESCO reported in 2022 that students from disadvantaged backgrounds are most likely to drop out due to financial difficulties. When families struggle to afford food, rent, or healthcare, education becomes a luxury they simply cannot prioritize. As a result, many capable and motivated students are forced to abandon their dreams. The stress of financial insecurity leads to discouragement, loss of confidence, and emotional exhaustion. These students do not fail because they lack intelligence. They fail because the system places an unfair price on education. After understanding this problem, we must now recognize how deeply it affects society. When access to education is unequal, social inequality becomes stronger and more permanent. When only wealthy students can afford quality education, the gap between rich and the poor widens year after year. Students from wealthy families benefit from better school, private tutoring, advanced technology, and supportive learning environments. Meanwhile, students from low-income households face overcrowded classrooms, limited resources, and fewer opportunities. According to the United Nations in 2020, unequal access to education is one of the main causes of long-term social inequalities. When education systems fail to provide equal opportunities, they reinforce a circle where the wealth and the privilege remain with the same group generation after generation. This lack of access reduces social mobility. Children born into poverty remain threatened there not because they lack effort or ambition, but because they lack opportunities. A society that limits education based on income is a society that limits its own progress. To solve this problem, we must look at what free education can achieve. Free education provides powerful long-term benefit for both individuals and nations. When financial stress is removed, students can focus fully on learning, developing skills, and reaching their potential. More students complete higher education, leading to a stronger workforce in essential fields such as healthcare, science, engineering, technology, and education. The World Bank stated in 2021 that investing in education increase national productivity and economic growth. An educated population leads to innovation, competitiveness, and sustainable development. Free education is not a burden on the economy, it's one of the smartest investments a government can make. Most importantly, free education ensures that talent is never been wasted. It allows brilliant minds from all backgrounds to contribute ideas, solve problems, and improve society. When education is free, success is determined by effort and ability, not by income. As we reach the end of this speech, let us reflect on what is really important. Today, we have seen that financial barrier deny students their right to education. We have understood how this barrier deepens social inequality and limits social mobility. We have also learned that free education strengthens individuals, economy, and nation. Now, the question is not whether free education is possible. The question is whether we are willing to prioritize fairness, progress, and human potential. I urge all of you to support policy, movement, and initiatives that promote free and equal access to education. Speak out, raise awareness, and encourage leaders to invest in learning for all, not just for those who can afford it. Education shapes future, education builds nation, and when education is free, opportunity belongs to everyone. Thank you.